Alright, so we've got one detail component in, and let's put a couple more in. So if we take a look, we'll put in the angle that we've loaded and these two little guys right here. And let's take a look up here real quick. So 2 by 6 millimeter laminated safety glass. So if those are 6, that would be like 24. Okay. So we'll put in this angle, and then we'll put in these two angles and maybe draw the glass in. Okay. So we've already loaded those angles. So if I go to my component, detail component pull down, it will allow me to go to my type selector over here and pick the ML angle section, the large one, which is the 152 by 152 by 14.3. And if you bring that in and tap the space bar, it'll rotate it. And if I zoom out, that guy belongs kind of down here. So I'll just left click where it needs to be. Click modify to stop that placement command. And let's double check and see how big. I think that's like 140 by 140 by 4 or something like that. So let's go double check that. 140 by 140 by 15. Okay, so let's update that. So if I pick that, go to edit type, rename it. We're going to rename it 140 by 140 by 15. Click OK. And then we're going to update this to 140 by 140 by 15. And click OK. And then I'll just go to thin line and kind of move that into place. Right? So move it from there. And I'm going to do SE for snap endpoint, and it'll snap to that endpoint. And if I go thin line, there you go. Alright, so you see we also have this issue where this guy is on top of this, but this is a thicker line. So you just need to either come in and draw a thick line here to adjust for that if you want to, or you can move that up visually. It's kind of up to you how you do that, since this is a detail and it's not a 3D model. I'm going to leave it where it is for right now. And then I'm going to load in the two angles that hold the glass. So if I go to component, detail component, go to the pull down, we've got the 51 by 51 by 3.2, and I'll pick that, hit the space bar, kind of click that guy into place here, and let's go ahead and update it. It's 50 by 50 by 4, so if I go to edit type and I rename it, and 50 by 50 by 4. Click OK. There it is. Now I can take this, I'm going to go back to my thin line so I can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to take this and I'm going to mirror it using mirror draw axis. So I'll just pick that and just draw a vertical mirror line, and it'll flip that. And I'm going to move this guy from there to there, and we decided that it was 24, so I'll do 24, right? And then I just want to pick both of these and let's move them down flush the edge of this guy, and then I'm going to move it over to there, and it looks like it's a little big, right? So we can either make these guys smaller, or we can move the columns over, or we can move the floor out. And probably the best thing to do would be to move the floor out by, what would that be, 5.5 millimeters. So let's go ahead and do that. So if I go to my level 2 schematic, right, I can come into here, pick the floor, edit boundary, and I'm going to go to offset, and I think we said 5.5 millimeters, right? And I don't want to copy, I just want it to offset what's there. So if I come in, should be able to see it offset to one side or the other depending on, and you could go around and offset all of them if you think they need to be offset, but I'll just offset that one side for right now. Hit check. Yes. Detach targets. No. And then let's close that, and it is now lined up, right? So you can go in and do things within reason. You notice this moved out because it's a slab edge. If I go to thin line again, right, I've got that. We do need to adjust this masking region a little bit, but other than that, we're good. So in the next video, we'll come in and use detail lines to draw in the glass since it's not here.